Good morning, everybody. I don't know about you, but I woke up today in the mood for some Sunday morning science, and there's one science story in particular that I just haven't been able to get out of my head recently. It has to do with sloths. Now, people love sloths for all kinds of reasons. Some people find them cute, other people find how slow they move quite relatable, and still others might think they're badass because they have a deadly sin named after them. Now, while there are many interesting things going on in sloth biology, there's one aspect of their behavior that I want to focus on in particular. You see, sloths spend most of their time in the trees. They eat in trees, they sleep in trees, they even mate and give birth hanging upside down in trees. But there's one thing that they specifically come down from the trees to the ground in order to do, and that's poop. Yeah, you heard me right, to poop. You see, about once a week, a sloth will climb down from the safety of the trees and dig a small little hole in the ground and poop into it. Now, why exactly are they doing this? You see, it's not exactly safe for sloths down on the ground. There are other animals that eat them, including jaguars and eagles. So why would they risk being eaten by a predator just to poop on the ground when, it seems to me at least, you'd be able to poop just as easily, if not more easily, from up in a tree? Is it because sloths are bold, adventurous risk takers who like to live life on the edge? Not quite. It actually has to do with some creatures that live on the sloths themselves. You see, sloths are basically mobile ecosystems. They have tons of different organisms that live within their fur, including algae, fungi, beetles, and critically here, moths. That's right, people. We're talking about some moth on sloth action right here. There are moths that live basically their entire adult lives on sloth fur. And when these moths die, other decomposers that also live in the sloth fur break down their bodies, and those decomposed, broken down moth bodies provide nutrients for the algae that grows on the sloth fur. Now, why would the sloths care about algae? It's because they eat the algae. So the moths living and dying in the sloth fur provides nutrients for the algae, which the sloth then eat. But the moths don't lay their eggs in the sloth fur, they prefer to lay their eggs in the sloth poop. Now, these moths are mostly flightless. They really can't do more than just hop around clumsily. So it'd be really difficult for them to get from a sloth hanging in a tree all the way down to the sloth poop, unless said sloth climbed down to the ground and made sure to be very close to that poop for the moths. The moth babies then eat the poop and grow up living and presumably getting educated in the sloth poop before becoming adults and fluttering up into the canopy to colonize other sloths, and thus the cycle continues. The benefits that the sloths provide to the moths by pooping on the ground, risking life and limb, pays off in the end because the sloths get more algae to eat. And so we have here a behavior that on its face seems maladaptive, seems like a really dumb idea for the sloths, but actually pays off because of this three-way partnership between the sloths, the moths, and the algae. If you want to know more about this wonderful slice of sloth biology, I actually wrote about it recently for Discover Magazine. You can find that article on the internet. And, you know, if you like this video, why don't you go ahead and like it, comment how much you liked it, and give me a follow. And if enough people do that, maybe I'll consider making another one. Either way, enjoy your day.